Hello everyone. The video that you're about to watch is actually, it's tacked on to my Star Wars stream on the 4th of May. You saw my first half, which is the story time. This next half, I was actually kind of questioning whether or not I wanted to upload it at all. And the reason why that was is because it's very opinion based. Throughout this entire thing, I'm talking about the Star Wars Disney movies, and if you're not okay with people crapping on those, then I suggest not to watch this video. So it's all opinion based, and if you're okay with that, then by all means continue to watch on. I always appreciate all of you watching my videos, and it's very fun for me. It's keeping me motivated to continue to make them. And I'm not saying that the Disney movies are terrible for everybody. They're not. A lot of people genuinely do love and appreciate and enjoy them, and that's totally okay. That's totally fine. If you like them, good for you. Honestly, good for you. I wish I liked them, but I just didn't. But if you did, awesome. So if you're not okay with someone just insulting the Disney Star Wars movies, then I would highly recommend to not watch this. But anyways, have fun. Enjoy the rest of the video. Because I was at an age when Attack of the Clones came out, Revenge of the Sith came out, I was really not totally, completely enamored in Star Wars. I loved Star Wars, but I wasn't as much of a fucking fanboy as I am now. When the Disney movies started to roll out, that's when I really decided to go, okay, I am going to go and see these movies day one. I'm gonna pre-order my fucking ticket. I remember when The Force Awakens was gonna come out. I remember that movie actually being massive. Everybody wanted to go see this fucking movie. Every single person in the whole entire goddamn fucking world wanted to go see The Force Awakens. Getting first day tickets was really tough. So we would go see The Force Awakens, and holy shit, was I fucking disappointed. What were your actual feelings for the Disney trilogy movies? Let me know. As a fan of Star Wars, as a fan of everything Star Wars, I fucking despised what Disney did to the Star Wars franchise. I fucking hate what Disney did to Star Wars. They completely destroyed the entire franchise. They actually did destroy the entire franchise. And if you don't believe me, listen to this. Back when George Lucas sold Lucasfilms and LucasArts to Disney back in 2012, George Lucas told them as part of the agreement that whatever movies that Disney was going to make based off of Star Wars, that he wanted them to use the scripts that he had already written out for the next trilogy of Star Wars movies. So what happened next? Well, of course, they had the two directors who directed the Star Wars movies. They go over to George Lucas's house and they're reading the scripts. They're reading the scripts with him, and they're walking through the scripts and kind of trying to imagine the movies as the way he imagines them coming into fruition. So the two directors that Disney has directing the Star Wars movies, they already know exactly what George Lucas wanted to see in the next trilogy for Star Wars. So what do? They completely ignore George Lucas. Completely ignore George Lucas. They write their own fucking scripts. This is how fucking bad The Force Awakens is. If you watch it again and then watch A New Hope, they're the same fucking movie. They're the same fucking movie, people. How the fuck does nobody realize that they're the exact same fucking movie from start to fucking finish? They're the same. I'm not. Watch them back to back. You have the exact same protagonist progression. You have the exact same father figure. Fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi and Han Solo. You have the exact same deaths of the father figures at the end of the fucking movie, where guess what? The main protagonist is actually observing the death and is devastated by it. They have Starkiller Base, which is a fucking ripoff of the Death Star. It's the exact same fucking thing. It does the exact same fucking thing, but just 100 times better. And for some reason, Disney thought, okay, if this thing does it that stronger, then it's gonna look so much cooler. No! Fuck that! Are you fuck? I'm sorry, I'm getting really heated. I'm sorry. It's just Star Wars. It's just Star Wars, and I'm very, very passionate about Star Wars. And it really sucks to see its reputation become completely fucking tarnished by Disney. All right, there's some good Disney stuff, like Pixar, they make really good fucking films. Granted, they're the exact same film every single year, but they're still fun and charming, and I love them. Nobody realizes that The Force Awakens and A New Hope are the exact fucking movie. They're the same fucking movie. They're the exact same fucking movie. All right, let's get back into the positives. God fucking damn. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I really am. It's just when I get talking about this kind of crap, it just really gets my blood boiling. Back to our happy place. So if you guys didn't know about The Force Awakens and A New Hope, I'm about to shatter your fucking minds. I'm about to skull fuck your worlds here. All right, ready for this? You know what? If I recall correctly, during the 8th movie, God, I don't even remember what the fuck that trash movie is called. You got The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, The Last fucking Jedi. I remember when I saw that movie in theaters, I think I actually booed at the end. I'm pretty sure I booed at the fucking end because I was insulted. That was, aside from being a bad Star Wars movie, that was just a bad movie. In The Last Jedi, that movie's pretty long. That movie's about 2.5 hours, give or take, if I recall correctly. I don't fucking remember anything about this fucking movie. I think I saw it twice. I saw it once in theaters, and then I saw it again with my fiance, just to show her how shitty of a fucking movie it was. The biggest beef with that fucking movie is that there's an entire plot line, that does nothing. Do you remember which plot line I'm talking about? It's the one with that one fucking character, Rose, and Finn. Yeah, the stormtrooper turned resistance. Oh my god. They had to rip off the fucking name! Why couldn't they just stick with rebellion? A resistance does nothing! Resistance doesn't fight back. A rebellion fucking fights back. The word resistance implies that you're being a fucking bitch. Holy crap! Oh my god, come on! I'm losing my shit right now. Alright, just semantics here. Just fucking semantics. I got no problem with the New Order, whatever. It just reminds me of the fucking 80s band. So in The Last Jedi, you have an entire plot point where Rose and Finn go off and they're trying to like find a guy who can fix the engines and whatnot. And it's like a third of the entire fucking movie. And they're at that fucking casino. And they make such the worst observation in the goddamn world. The prequel trilogy, yeah, okay, it got a little too politic-y. Sure, whatever. But at least that had an actual point. Point being the shift of power and how important power was. In The Last Jedi, what point are you making by pointing point? What fucking point are you making by fucking pointing out that, holy crap, you see these people at the casino? Those are the real criminals. Those are the people that actually profit from war. Cool! What the fuck are you gonna do about it? You're not gonna do fucking shit! You're not gonna do anything about that! Why are you pointing that out? Why are you pointing that out? If you're not going to do anything about that, why the fuck are you going to point it out? Yeah, at least in the prequel movies, pointing out political bullshit, they actually did something about it. At least the person at the top of the political chain was actually on top of that chain because he had the majority power. And they did something with that plot line. In The Last Jedi, they didn't do shit. Guys, let me know if I'm losing my shit. Just let me know if I'm losing my shit. So you have the third of the movie where the plotline literally does nothing. And then what's his name? Poe. Poe knows about that entire thing. And apparently at the end, that one bitch who takes over Leia's position because Leia decided to fucking... This is not a thing, by the way. It's not a thing. You can't just get sucked into the vacuum of fucking space and then the Force just pushes you. No. I think I also booed in theaters at that point too. And I was not the only one. I was not the only fucking one. I had a lot of people that right next to, like, I went boo, and everybody in fucking synchronicity, like fuck. Oh my god. You have a third of that movie, the plot line completely useless. Why was it completely useless? Because at the very fucking end, you have the guy who Finn and Rose were trying to get, who actually just turned their backs on them and was just like, fuck you guys, because he saw the bullshit that was going through. He actually looked past Star Wars and like, you know what, this is actually fucking dumb as shit, and I'm just gonna betray you. I'm just going to betray you because I can do that, because apparently that's a really cool plot mechanic in cinema. Should I even talk about the last movie, the 9th movie? I don't remember what it's fucking called. I don't even remember what it's called. I'm going to look it up right now because I just don't remember. I don't remember what the last movie's called. What the fuck is it called? Rise of Skywalker. Oh my god. I'm not even going to touch it with a 10-foot pole. I'm not going to give it the time of day. I'm not going to fucking talk about that movie. It's terrible. It's a terrible, terrible, terrible movie. That's all I'm going to say about it. Because you don't want to hear what I really have to say about that movie. You really, oh my god. I'm not touching the Rise of Skywalker. I'm not going to talk about it. Unless you guys really want me to. I don't want to. They destroyed the franchise. And I think when we saw what they did to such a beloved franchise like Star Wars, they really showed how much of a fuck they gave to their fans, their audience. Which, let me remind every single one of you, is zero. Even Mark Hamill alluded to that every single interview that he's been. If you watch an interview with him in the last 6 or 7 years, he shits on Disney so much because he recognizes the kind of crap that they're trying to pull. Blows my fucking mind. You have someone who's literally the staple of Star Wars crapping on Star Wars. If that's not a fucking red flag, I don't know what is. We're gonna end this on a positive. We have to end this on a positive. We can shit on Disney all we fucking want. But let's also be real here too. They did come out with a couple of things that were, you know, all decent. The Mandalorian show was not bad. I think my only reservations with the Mandalorian show is the fact that it's very repetitive based. Every single episode was relatively the same. What I really enjoyed were those episodes that kind of broke that tradition. The season finale of the first season was great because it wasn't about him going. He's not getting sent on a fucking quest. He's having to deal with a situation right there and then, and I liked those episodes. I like those episodes where he had to deal with something right there and then. One episode that I actually really fucking loved that a lot of people did not like was the episode where he gets stuck on that ice planet. I loved that episode. I thought that episode was super, just very well made. It almost gave this really ambient sort of chill feeling, like everything was just still. Everything was still in this just universe, in this story, and it was just beautiful. So we talked about Mandalorian. Let's talk about Rogue One, because I think I actually loved Rogue One. I loved Rogue One for so many reasons, so many genuine reasons. How many times did I see Rogue One in theaters? 8 times or something? I think I watched Rogue One like 8 times in theaters. I loved that movie for 3 reasons. Reason number 1, there was no love interest. None whatsoever. They semi-allude to it at the very end with that whole hand grabbing, and at least they did. If they kissed on the elevator, that would have ruined the movie for me. But they didn't. There really was no like love tension in that movie with any of the fucking characters. That whole scene in the elevator to me was just a display of admiration and kind of just recognizing the fact that, okay, we're about to die. And just those emotions kind of stirring into your head. That's what I saw in that elevator scene. And then when they're holding hands on the beach and they're just literally staring imminent death in the fucking face, I thought that was beautiful. They would have ruined the movie like they ruined in The Rise of Skywalker when fucking Kylo Ren and fucking Rey kissed. Oh my God. I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna talk about it. Reason number 2, you loved all of the characters. All the characters, you really enjoyed them. You enjoyed the minimal backstory that you received from each one. And that is what you want out of a good movie. You want this sort of, okay, what's gonna happen to all of these characters? What's gonna happen to each and every one? You cared about every single one because they were doing something that actually moved the story forward. Even the villains, every single one of them, they were doing something that was moving the plot forward. Not a single one deterred from that focus. Not a single one of these characters sidetracked and did something fucking dumb. But here's the third reason why Rogue One was just so amazing for me. Let's be real here. The reason why I watched Rogue One 8 times in the theaters, let's be completely honest here. That Darth Vader scene at the end, oh my God. Every single time, even before that scene started, when I knew that scene was coming, no, you know what? The first time I ever saw that scene at the very end of Rogue One, the first time I saw that scene, I had never received that many chills in my life. This was my actual face when I saw that scene in Rogue One. Oh my God, I was blown the fuck away. Like, I watched that movie 8 times in the theaters for that fucking scene. Just that scene. Just that scene. I would watch it another 8 times in the theaters just for that scene. I'm not even kidding. You think I'm fucking kidding? You think I'm fucking... Oh my God. I've talked a little bit about a Solo story. I could give less of a shit about that movie. I could really give less of a shit about a Solo story. I could really not care about that movie at all. Han Solo movie, like, it was kind of just there. Nobody asked for a Han Solo movie. I think that's what kind of gets to me more than anything. Nobody asked for a Han Solo movie. Yeah, I can't get enough of Star Wars. Fucking Star Wars, what the fuck? I love Star Wars. I absolutely love it, and it's just one of my favorite things of all fucking time. If this what we've been talking about hasn't fucking convinced you that I'm a massive Star Wars fan, I really have no idea what will.